True crime documentaries have been gaining a lot of popularity lately. People are drawn to them for various reasons, which we will discuss in this topic. Firstly, true crime documentaries offer an insight into the criminal mind. We, as humans, are naturally curious about the way criminals think and operate. These documentaries provide us with a glimpse of their thought processes and motives, which can be both fascinating and terrifying. Secondly, true crime documentaries offer a sense of justice. In most cases, the criminals are caught and punished for their crimes. This can be satisfying for viewers who want to see justice served. It can also bring closure to victims and their families. Thirdly, true crime documentaries offer a thrill. The suspenseful nature of these documentaries can be very appealing to viewers. It's like watching a horror movie but knowing that it's based on real events. The fear and adrenaline rush can be addictive. Lastly, true crime documentaries offer a sense of education. These documentaries can teach viewers about the criminal justice system, forensic science, and the psychology of criminals. This knowledge can be valuable in understanding and preventing future crimes. In conclusion, the appeal of true crime documentaries stems from our natural curiosity, desire for justice, love of thrill, and thirst for knowledge. However, it's important to remember that these documentaries deal with real-life tragedies and should be watched with empathy and respect for the victims and their families. True crime documentaries have become increasingly popular in recent years, with many people finding them fascinating and addictive. These documentaries explore real-life crimes, often providing detailed accounts of the events leading up to the crime, the investigation that followed, and the eventual conviction of the perpetrator. However, while true crime documentaries can be entertaining and informative, they can also have a significant psychological impact on viewers. In this video, we will explore how these documentaries affect our thoughts and emotions, and what implications this may have for our mental health. One of the most significant impacts of true crime documentaries is that they can trigger feelings of fear and anxiety. Watching these documentaries, we may become acutely aware of the potential dangers in the world around us, and begin to view the people and situations in our own lives with suspicion and paranoia. Additionally, true crime documentaries can also lead to feelings of empathy and compassion for the victims and their families. As we become engrossed in the story and the lives of those affected by the crime, we may feel a deep sense of sadness and grief, even as we also feel a sense of fascination and intrigue. Another potential impact of true crime documentaries is that they can influence our attitudes and beliefs about crime and justice. For example, we may become more skeptical of the criminal justice system and its ability to effectively punish and deter criminals. Alternatively, we may become more committed to justice and the need to ensure that those who commit crimes are held accountable for their actions. In conclusion, while true crime documentaries can be entertaining and informative, they can also have a significant psychological impact on viewers. As we explore the complex emotions and attitudes that these documentaries can elicit, it is important to be aware of the potential effects they may have on our mental health and well-being. Have you ever found yourself getting hooked on true crime stories? Maybe you binge-watched a true crime series on Netflix or spent hours listening to a true crime podcast. It's a common phenomenon, and it's led many people to wonder why we're so fascinated by these often gruesome tales. One factor that may contribute to our love for true crime is fear and anxiety. When we hear about a crime, particularly one that's violent or unexpected, it can trigger a fear response in our brains. This response is a survival mechanism that's designed to keep us alert and aware of potential dangers in our environment. However, in some cases, this fear response can actually lead to a sense of excitement or thrill. When we hear about a crime, we may become caught up in the mystery and intrigue of it all, wondering who committed the crime and why. This can lead to a sense of anticipation and even excitement as we follow the investigation and try to piece together the clues. Anxiety can also play a role in our love for true crime. Many of us experience anxiety in our daily lives, whether it's related to work, relationships, or other stressors. When we watch or read about true crime, it can provide a temporary escape from our own anxieties. We may become so engrossed in the story that we forget about our own worries and concerns for a while. Of course, it's important to note that not everyone who enjoys true crime does so because of fear or anxiety. There are many other factors that can contribute to our fascination with these stories, including a desire for justice or a fascination with human behavior. Still, it's interesting to consider how our emotions can play a role in our love for true crime. Whether we're seeking an escape from our own anxieties or simply intrigued by the mystery and intrigue of a crime, there's no denying that these stories have a powerful hold on our collective imagination. Have you ever found yourself captivated by stories about serial killers or felt drawn to TV shows and movies about criminals? You're not alone. Many people are fascinated by criminal behavior, and it's a topic that has captured the attention of psychologists, criminologists, and the general public alike. So why are we so intrigued by the minds of criminals? There are a few different theories that attempt to explain this phenomenon. One is that we are drawn to the dramatic and sensational aspects of crime. Stories about murderers and heists are exciting and attention-grabbing, and they often make for compelling entertainment. Another theory is that we are interested in criminal behavior because it allows us to explore the darker aspects of human nature. By examining the motives and thought processes of criminals, we may gain a deeper understanding of what drives people to commit heinous acts. Some experts believe that our fascination with criminal behavior is rooted in our own primal instincts. Throughout human history, we have been faced with threats from other people, and our survival has often depended on our ability to understand and predict the actions of others. By studying criminal behavior, we may be honing our instincts and preparing ourselves for potential threats. Of course, our fascination with criminal behavior is not without its downsides. Some people become so obsessed with true crime stories that they begin to see danger lurking around every corner. Others may become desensitized to violence and view it as just another form of entertainment. Ultimately, whether or not our fascination with criminal behavior is healthy or harmful is up for debate. But it's clear that this is a topic that will continue to captivate us for years. Have you ever watched a movie or TV show and felt emotionally connected to the characters? You may have felt sad when a character experienced a tragedy, or happy when they achieved a goal. This emotional connection is known as empathy, and it plays a significant role in how we connect with the victims in media. When we watch a TV show or movie, we often become invested in the characters and their stories. We may see ourselves in their experiences, or we may feel a sense of compassion for what they're going through. This emotional connection can impact our overall viewing experience as we become more invested in the story and the characters. Empathy is a powerful tool that allows us to connect with others and understand their experiences on a deeper level. When we watch a TV show or movie, we are often exposed to different perspectives and experiences. This exposure can help us develop a sense of empathy and understanding for people who may be different from us. However, empathy can also have a downside. When we become too emotionally invested in a story or character, it can be difficult to separate ourselves from the emotions and experiences we're witnessing. This can lead to feelings of distress or sadness, particularly if the story involves a tragic event or trauma. In conclusion, the role of empathy in media is an important topic to explore. It allows us to connect emotionally with the victims and understand their experiences on a deeper level. However, we must also be aware of the potential negative impacts of empathy and take steps to protect our own emotional well-being while engaging